New rimfire cartridges don't come around all that often, so when they do, it's a pretty big deal. Well, guess what? Winchester just came out with the 21 Sharp, an evolution of the 22 long rifle that promises faster velocities and far superior bullet selection. We're here at Oxford, Mississippi to check out what makes this new chambering so interesting.
We're here in Oxford, Mississippi at Winchester's state-of-the-art centerfire and rimfire production facilities. And the topic is new product development, and something that is very important to Winchester. It's really the lifeblood of the company and something that is integral to our culture here. But to tell the story of innovation, I think first we have to look back at Winchester's founding. In 1866, Oliver F. Winchester founded the company, seeing that there was a lot of demand for people that were expanding the country, trying to protect it, for settlers that were wanting something that they could rely on to protect their families. And that quickly evolved from some of the most renowned gun makers' names, like John Browning developing products for us, to today, us really designing products for the American warfighter, military and police, and we've got the consumer market, which is obviously near and dear to my heart as a deer hunter, as a sporting clay shooter, and we have products that we're working on all the time to try to make improvements in all of those aspects.
Rimfire is obviously one of the most popular types of ammunition in the world. We've got a long and storied history of new cartridge introductions and innovation, whether it's centerfire, shot shell, but specifically within rimfire. 17 WSM is a extremely popular new cartridge that we came out just within the last 10 years. But with respect to 21 Sharp, we had for the last several years really dove in deep on trying to manufacture a lead-free projectile in 22 long rifle that was accurate. We couldn't find one in the marketplace. We knew that there was a demand for it and a need for it.
We certainly pride ourselves to ensure that anytime we're designing a new product, whether it be a new projectile type or a new cartridge design or a new caliber altogether, we want to ensure that that innovation is based upon a true need in the marketplace, right? So oftentimes, there are many new cartridge introductions that sometimes it's really hard to understand where that cartridge differentiates itself from many other offerings that are out there. But here at Winchester, we ensure that we're not designing any new calibers without an intended purpose, and ensuring that it's filling a gap or a need that we feel like there's not currently an offering out there that the consumer can expect to rely on.
And after a number of attempts, we finally had come to the realization that we need a different caliber to make this thing work the way we want it to work. But at the same time, we didn't want to disregard or ignore all of the manufacturing efficiencies and infrastructure that we've got in place for a 22 long rifle and the just staggering amount of that cartridge that we make every single year. So we wanted to really take the best of both worlds, keeping all the efficiencies that we've got with 22 long rifle, and now making a new chamber for it, a new caliber for it, to utilize modern type projectiles, bullets that don't have to have a rebated heel and have lead obturate out to engage the rifling. We're going to be able to do a lot of cool and innovative things with 21 Sharp that you just can't do with 22 long rifle.
Here at Winchester, we ensure that we're always on the forefront of innovation to fulfill those needs. And again, that could be anything from new projectile designs or maybe new energy levels within existing cartridges to really tailor themselves and the products to what the end user is ultimately seeking in a product. Whether they're a new shooter or a very well-established shooter, we want to make sure we're coming out with innovative products to suit both of their needs.
It's important to us, although there's a lot of fans of older cartridges and we're still committed to supporting those, it's important that we continue to evolve, that we continue to change and improve products. And really, something that you learn in business is you're either green and growing or you're dead and dying. And Winchester knows that to stay on the forefront of technology and to be relevant and to compete with those others that are in the market, we have to be looking towards the future and developing improvements in our products. So 21 Sharp fits that need
very specifically in that it fits in very common rifle platforms that firearms manufacturers will just be able to chamber and put a barrel on a firearm, chambered in 21 sharp. So the entry point on the rifles and the overall cost and investment is going to look very similar to 22 long rifle. However, the cartridges are designed around all the technology that's incorporated into Magnum rimfire cartridges, such as projectiles that have jackets on them, right? So very similar to their big brother, if you will, on the centerfire side, where we wouldn't think about high performance rifle cartridges that didn't have a jacket on the projectile. We need to think about this high performance rimfire in the same way. Jacketed projectiles are always gonna enlist improved accuracy, and with 21 sharp, we're showing that that improved performance doesn't always have to be at a Magnum price point.
It's gone through many different iterations and lots of different bullet weights and bullet types. The development of multiple different bullet types was the critical portion of the 21 sharp, going anywhere from the lead-free projectiles up to jacketed projectiles, going to straight lead projectiles. So that development was the critical portion of the 21 sharp.
We started, it's been over 2 years ago, probably closer to 3 with 21 sharp development. That's as far as doing the chamber designs and the barrel designs. We have to calculate groove width and number of grooves and that sort of thing. The primary goal of the 21 sharp was to develop an accurate lead-free, which has been an issue with 22 long rifle because of the rebated heel, the step in the heel. That's what the 21 sharp does, is eliminates that heel.
It's still a 22 long rifle parent showcase, so the cartridge in itself is not a Magnum, it's not a 17 WSM with super high velocities. We do have improved velocity versus 22 long rifle, and like I said, we've got the ability to make jacketed hollow points and FMJs, along with much higher accuracy loads, particularly with lead-free projectiles, but the accuracy and the velocities are both significant improvements over 22 long rifle.
Well, the biggest issue is trying to get into lead-free projectiles, so you get into lighter metals, tin. Mainly, a lot of times you're getting into tin projectiles. So to get any kind of mass behind that tin bullet, you've got to get a really long, just the density is so much less compared to the lead bullet density, that we get a real long heel. So that makes the bullet want to tumble. Also, tin's a much harder metal, so it doesn't want to expand. So, you're a lot of times the only thing that's hitting the rifling on those 22 long rifle bullets is just the band. Your heel's not expanding out to engage that rifling. The 21 sharp gets away from that because our bullet diameter is the same diameter as the barrel in the rifling. So you don't have to worry about that band engaging and that heel expanding. That bullet interference is there built into the product.
So 21 sharp was based around jacketed projectiles primarily. So because of that, traditional lead core projectiles, whether it be a hollow point projectile or a full metal jacket projectile designed for plinking, that improved accuracy is going to be present in that firearm system. However, because that firearm system was designed around jacketed type projectiles, we can go with monolithic. We can design monolithic projectiles of lead-free design of various different constructions to where we can get all the benefits that you'd see in accuracy performance in lead-free projectiles in a centerfire type rifle design, but provide that at a very attractive price point and a low cost to participate in within a rimfire cartridge.
A second big advantage to centerfire is the rim of the head is not part of your ignition system. That is the thing that's really tricky about any rimfire product, is to get that head right, because that helps control your sensitivity. So you got all these things in series to get an accurate and reliable cartridge by the time you get ready to put powder in a bullet.
While 21 Sharp is getting introduced in mid-2024, there's actually been a leak of this information because of the Sporting Arms and Ammunition Manufacturers Institute. We always take our products to SAMI to have pre-approval before we bring them to the market. And so you probably have heard about rumblings of a new 22-ish type bullet in development called 21 Sharp, but we're finally able to open the curtain and show people what it's all about and why they should be interested.